are watching this video because you or someone you know has not filed their tax returns in a long time and it's causing a lot of undue stress. The longer you wait to file your returns, the more you're going to end up paying in interest and penalties. I'm here to ensure you don't pay the Canada Revenue Agency more than 1 cent of what's owed to them. My name is Shian Rashid of SRJ Chartered Accountants. Let's make one thing clear. If you file your returns before the deadline, you're going to avoid paying any interest and penalties. However, if you don't file on time, there's 3 types of penalties that you need to be aware of. The first is late filing penalties, the second is failure to report income, and the third is making a false statement or omission. Let's get right into the first one, late filing penalties. If you owe tax and you don't file your return on time, you're going to get an immediate penalty of 5%, plus 1% for every month the return was outstanding to a maximum of 12 months. That's almost 17% for the first time. If you repeatedly file your returns late, the penalties can increase substantially. Remember, the tax deadline on the personal side is April 30th, but if you have self-employed income, yourself or your spouse have until June 15th to file. On the corporate side, you have 3 months until after year end to file your corporate tax return, and HST will be based on your filing frequency. Next, we have the failure to report income penalty. If you forget to report $500 or more on your tax return, and also in any of the last 3 years, you can get hit with substantial penalties for this. This can occur when you forget to include a T-slip or commission income or even tips on your return. The penalties are a percentage of the unreported amount and can quickly add up. The next penalty is for making a false statement or an omission on your tax return. If you knowingly make a false statement or omit any information on your tax return, the CRA can charge you a substantial penalty. The penalty is equal to $100 or 50% of the understated tax and overstated credits. Now let's discuss how the CRA charges interest. If you're late, the CRA will charge you interest from the date that your return was due. They'll not only charge you interest on the amounts owing, but they'll also charge you interest on the penalties. And interest is compounded daily, so you want to make sure you pay whatever you owe as soon as possible. Just keep in mind that the interest will keep accruing until you pay the amounts owing, so make sure that you pay it as soon as possible. There are certain taxpayer relief provisions if you are unable to file your returns on time and it's out of your control. For example, one of my clients, he falls into a coma every few months, and his medical condition prevents him from filing his return. In this instance, the CRA would not charge him any penalties on his late filing returns. But let's say that you're being lazy or you're too busy watching the Kardashians. In that instance, I don't think the CRA would approve your claim. There's also the voluntary disclosure program, where you can report unfiled taxes or income you haven't declared before. The only thing is you have to make sure the CRA has not already reached out to you before you apply for this program. If you have any questions about how to move forward, or if you want to get your returns filed, give us a shout and we'll guide you through the process.